Have you ever noticed that the moment you start growing, chasing your dreams or saying yes to yourself and yes to opportunities, that instead of getting support, you sometimes get those that become silent and there's resistance or even punishment for that matter? I have been recently in Chicago, threw myself in. I literally booked a trip 2 days, actually a day before I decided to go. And I realized that, you know what? Even though I'm a best-selling author, just launched my book and a publisher, not everyone's going to clap for you when you rise in business or when you rise generally. Not everyone's going to be in your lane. And not everyone's going to follow your journey, and you've got to be okay with that. Initially, you're like, it kind of stings, but then you become resistant. So if this has happened to you, this is what I would suggest you to do. When nobody claps for you, because you should be your number one cheerleader. Yes, this is true. So what do you do? Especially in business, because when people see you start moving in different places, different avenues, when you start saying yes to things that make you grow, people feel uncomfortable. When you start stepping into rooms that they don't understand or you've dreamed of, people are going to get not everyone, and you're building a bigger picture, bigger vision for yourself, people will feel uncomfortable. But those that need to see you will. So you're not going to get everyone that is going to clap for you. Some will go silent, some will resent it, and some will even try and punish you. This is true. Punishment in the silent form. And should you care, they're going to make you feel guilty for growing. What do you do if this is you? Recently, on my trip to Chicago, and with all this stuff that has been happening in my world, I'm just going to own it outright. There have been people that have been distancing from me. And I'm like, you know what? They're probably not meant to be in my world to start off with. And it's not my problem to own. This is what you should say to yourself. It's a reflection on them, not you. Remember, your decisions to move forward in your business, in your brand, in your vision, it's the right one for you. So if others feel the ick and people go MIA, well, maybe, just maybe, they're not meant to be in your world to start off with. So that actually speaks volume. Has that actually happened to you? That speaks volume. And sometimes it's going to be family, it's going to be colleagues, it's going to be work colleagues, it's going to be peers, it's going to be even old clients that do this. Growth shines a light on other people's fears or limitations. That's just no two ways about it. They're silent. It's not about you. It's about them. You being too much, they can't handle. They can't handle you're ready to rise. In business, silence can be an answer. Sometimes it's a gift because it shows you who you really are, or those who really are in the corner. So 3 things to remember when they don't clap for you. Stay rooted in your why. It's about you, not them. You're not building for applause. You are building for a legacy. Detach from their reaction because it's not about you. Their silence is not proof of your failure. It's a mirror of their own fears. Surround yourself with the expanders. Find rooms, find lanes of those that are clapping louder for you because that's the energy you need to keep on going. Okay? Not energy that drowns you in and makes you feel like an ick. That's not where you want to be, because when you're in a corner where people are naturally clapping for you because they understand what you're doing, you're going to do more of it. And if you get into a corner where there is silence and people don't clap, in fact, people don't even ask what you're doing, yeah, you're out there going, hey, buddy, how's it going? How's the business going? And there's nothing reciprocated. You're like, oh, okay, that's really interesting. Maybe I shouldn't be surrounding myself with them. Remember, everyone is not meant to be following your journey. Because if you had everyone following your journey, man, that'd be exhausting too. And the right clients, the right collaborators are going to come and fall in your lap. They will cheer. You will find the people that you're going to mix with. And sometimes it's going to be the hard way, the hard slog. That's exactly what's happened to me last year, in fact, 2 years ago, and it's happening again. And I'm okay with it because I'm in growth zone. And I thought to myself, oh, the same stuff's happening again. And that's really interesting. Perception is perception. You may disagree with me, but that's okay too, because I'm not for everyone and you've got to be okay with that. The people that are right for you are going to find you, and know that. The naysayers that clap because for the wrong reasons. They're sitting there not clapping like this. They're sitting there doing this. Go, oh, what is she doing now? Who does she think she is? Going on a global stage, talking overseas on a whim. Well, you know what? It takes balls and guts to do it, and it's damn scary. And I will not ask permission from anyone to do it when it is affecting my legacy, my vision, my mission, my statement. And that is exactly what you should be thinking as well. However, what I wouldn't suggest you do is tread on people's toes. Be a good human, because when you're a good human, goodness follows you. When you're not a good human, you will start to introvert. So if you start to do as those that are not clapping for you, you got your business and your legacy will go backwards. That I can guarantee, because I've done exactly that. I followed those at one stage that weren't clapping for me. In fact, I shrunk to fit into their box. And what's going to happen is you're going to feel so suffocated, and you're going to feel like, what was I thinking? And you know what? You actually did it to yourself. I'm just going to say, you can say no by having those boundaries and staying in your lane, because you're here to build your empire. It's great when you have friends and family that cheer you on and follow you. They're the right people to have in your lane. The others can stay in the distance. So if you're ever feeling that way, know that you are not alone. You can actually step back, and you can actually go, you know what? I'm going to step away from the people that I have now outgrown. And it could be anyone. It could be your family, it could be friends, it could be your peers, it could be your partner, it could be your coach. I hope it isn't your coach, because all mentors that you had in the past. That is true. On that, you know exactly what to do. You need to be living and breathing and building your legacy, because that is what you're here to do, and your story matters. So on that note, if you haven't purchased She Said Yes to Herself, which has become a bestseller, I'm going to drop it in the links down below. Have an awesome night and see you next time.